lot of munitions, and we have 7 dead Americans. And
what do you make of that number?
it's a lot of munitions, and we have 7 dead Americans and at least 140 injured, and a bunch of Iranian kids who were tragically killed in an accident. And we need to get more information on that. We need to put some processes in place to make sure that doesn't happen again. Hey, this president went into this without any kind of a strategic goal, without a plan, without a timeline. And what that tells me is this is the kind of conflict that if it escalates, if you don't know why you're there, how do you get out of it? So that's my worry, is putting a lot more Americans in harm's way and having a lot more people killed.
Senator, do you think that there needs to be an investigation into the school bombing over in Iran?
There has to be an investigation, not only by the Pentagon, but by an outside objective source as well as by Congress. I think the Armed Services Committee ought to be investigating, and I will take steps as the ranking member on the Permanent Subcommittee on Investigation to track down whatever information we can, because this atrocity has to be held accountable. It is more than just a mistake, although I accept it was probably inadvertent, but the United States' responsibility must be pinned down. The ranking member, I think we need to take steps immediately to make sure we know what missiles were involved, apparently with Tomahawks, how the targeting error could have been made, whether the information was out of date. And I'm deeply disturbed by the failure to come clean to the American people right away. This report, even if it's preliminary, ought to be released now.
What's your view of the strike on the school in Iran? What should be done here about it?
Well, my understanding is we're going to have an investigation and understand exactly what happened. The U.S. military, in contrast to the Iranian military, tries to kill civilians. The U.S. military does not. But there will be an investigation, and we'll figure out what happened.
Can this war end if the current new Supreme Leader stays in power?
I've always said the regime will change by the will of the people, not us. I'm not going into... This is not Iraq. Do you see any American ground troops? I don't see a need for it. If the regime changes, it's because of the people. The regime doesn't have the ability to destroy America, make a nuclear weapon, build missiles, and support proxies.
But can the U.S. leave if this regime stays, if the Supreme Leader stays in power?
Well, I think this regime, I don't know what power he has, but I can tell you his ability, wherever he is at, to terrorize the world and America is going down, not up. And I don't see this conflict ending today. I think the mission is to make sure they cannot regenerate, that they're going to be beyond capable of building missiles to hit us, and they'll never go back to the nuclear business, and their conventional capability is going to be degraded over time, so their ability to terrorize the Straits of Hormuz. So the Ayatollah is dead, his son's in power, and I find it odd that in the Ayatollah's will he said, please don't pick him. They're deep in their bench. This is highly successful. This is the most successful military operation I've seen on a mass scale. What we've done in 11 days is beyond what I thought we could do. There are weeks more of this coming, then we'll make an assessment.